Hi, Albert here with Mainland Cycle Center. Today we're going to take a look at the 2015 Kawasaki Vulcan S. Brand new model from Kawasaki. A lot of exciting things to talk about and tell you about on this bike. Really have been anticipating getting one of these in. There's a lot of things that I like about these new Vulcan S's. So the Vulcan S, these are a 650cc. It's a parallel twin cylinder motor. The cylinders are in line this way across the bike. You can see your two head pipes there. These are fuel injected, of course, and liquid cooled. Got a radiator here in the front. The styling, I really dig the blacked out styling. It's going to be available in like a black on black, this, you know, blacked out look with the white, and then the blacked out look in a candy lime green. This one does have a little bit of green accents. The stripe around the wheel looks really good. So let's talk about the wheels. Alloy wheels instead of spoked wheels. Disc brakes, front and rear. This one is equipped with ABS. ABS is anti-lock brake system. Just means that if you're hard on the brakes in a panic stop or a low traction situation, the brakes won't lock up on you. If you're unfamiliar with motorcycling or you're new to motorcycling, you're considering this for your first bike, you don't want to lock up especially a front wheel or even a rear wheel. That usually tends to mean that the next thing that's going to happen is you're going to have a crash. But so ABS is a good thing. It's only $300 more for the ABS, and I think it's worth every penny. But so this is right here on the wheel is a trigger that this sensor reads wheel speed with, communicates with a computer and an ABS motor. Twin piston caliper on the front. An 18-inch wheel. Again, we talked about it being an alloy wheel, so it's a tubeless tire. But then also it is a radial tire. Most cruisers on the market today have a biased ply tire, and this is a radial tire. When we talk about that, we're just talking about the tire construction. And so we've got a 120/70/18 on the front, and that is a Dunlop. And then we've got a 17 on the rear. The rear tire is a 160/60/17 on the rear. And anyway, just thrilled about the radial tires. It's going to make this bike handle real good. Of course, the Vulcan S, the 650, you've seen this bike before if you're into motorcycles. You know, this is this is from the same family as our Ninja 650 and our Versi 650 and the what we used to sell the ER6 in here. But definitely changed up, a much lower seat height, but it has a similar triangulation to the frame, a trellis type frame where the motor kind of hangs in the frame. And then you've got this shock that's laid back. The rear shock is adjustable. You can adjust the spring tension on it. And but really great. But one of the truly unique things about this bike that no one else has really done is what Kawasaki's calling their Ergo-fit system. So if you're 5'6" and below, as far as height, we can set this motorcycle up to fit you when you buy it at no charge. You're not going to have to spend any extra money. If you're between 5'7" and 6 foot, then the mid-reach system is going to probably work real good for you, the stock setup. And then if you're 6'1" and up, then you may want the extended reach setup for this bike. So for the reduced reach setup, there's a different seat. We would change the seat so it would have a seat that pushes you a little further forward. You also would move the foot pegs backwards. And then the handlebars will stay the same for the reduced reach setup. And then for the mid-reach, that's kind of what you see now. Of course, we can move the foot pegs, you can move the seats, you can do any different combination of those different setups. And then for the extended reach program, we have a seat that was set to further back than the stock seat. Plus, we can move the foot pegs forward. Plus, we have a extended reach handlebar, which is actually, I'm guessing it's going to be a shorter handlebar. We haven't gotten the Ergo-fit parts in yet, but I'm guessing they're coming very soon from Kawasaki as we have them on order. But an extended reach handlebar would be a longer reach for the handlebars. So really, you can set this thing up just how you like it without spending any extra money, and that's wonderful. It's beautiful. These bikes are priced for non-ABS at $69.99. With ABS, just $300 more, $72.99, and so love it. Really unique shape to the headlight. It's not just a round headlight, but it has a really interesting shape to it. Lots of these black and this almost silver or stainless looking finish. It's not stainless, it's a silver metallic finish on there, but really has a nice look. They added this brushed the fins on the motor and added a little accent here on the motor to really make that stand out. It really pops nice. Really great styling on it. These are, like I said, they're liquid cooled. Your coolant reservoir is right down in here. They are chain drive. Does not come with a passenger seat, but you can add a rear seat and foot pegs to this bike. That'll be an option. This one really looks great in the white metallic. This bike's, I've just driven down the street. This one has just 3 or 4 miles on it, and really rides great, easy to drive, has a very light steering feel to it, even with a little more rake than we have on the Ninja 650 and the Versys. They're not raked out, the front end's not pushed out as much. A lot of times when you rake a bike like that, the steering can get heavy, it can kind of flop. This bike doesn't feel that way at all. Really great instrumentation. Your ignition switch is right here on the front of the gas tank, and that's also incorporates your steering lock is built right in there. Really easy. But good instrumentation. For a cruiser, you've got a tachometer, standard, a 650cc cruiser. Digital instrumentation, digital readout here. And so you've got odometer. See if I can get in here a little bit. Hopefully you can see this. Odometer, trip meter A, trip meter B, and then that is your miles per gallon, your current miles per gallon, and then your average miles per gallon. Of course, this is not accurate. This bike's only got 3 miles on it, so the computer will have to go a little more. And then your estimated fuel range on the amount of fuel remaining. Clock, fuel gauge across the bottom here, and then a warning light, and that light's on. It'll tell you why the light's on. In this case, we don't have any oil pressure because the bike's not running. We start the bike up and that light will go off, and we'll do that for you in just a moment. ABS light on. That'll be on the ABS models until you drive just a little bit, and then that'll go out, just the computer doing its self-check. Pretty standard controls, what we're used to. It does have hazard lights, so you can flash all 4 turn signals, and then it does have a pass light button that flashes the high beam right there. And then of course your high and low beam, horn, engine kill, and then of course your start button there. But adjustable levers, so you can adjust the levers with this dial, so you can even make the levers fit your reach of your hands on each side. So let's go ahead and crank it up and let you hear how she sounds. This is fuel injected, so there's no choke. You don't have to worry about choking it or anything like that. Just crank it up. Now when these are cold, it'll idle fast for a minute or so, and then it'll idle down once it warms up. It's good. It's a quiet exhaust, but nice sound to it. We don't want to just rev it too much, being a new bike that's not broken in yet, but really has a nice sound to it. Let's see, what else can we tell you about this bike? Again, I'm just really digging this bike. I think it's a cool bike. I think it's going to be just a really fantastic bike to get out and ride. For those of you who are thinking of 650, I'm not interested in a 650. If you haven't ridden one of these twin-cylinder 650s, don't knock it until you've tried it. They're a lot of fun to ride. They've got good power. It's not as fast as a 1000 or some of those other bigger bikes, but it really is a fun bike to ride. It is a grown-up, real-deal motorcycle, and you know, I ride everything, and I'm thrilled. It's just a lot of fun to ride, easy handling, great attitude when you sit on it, and so just really excited about this new model from Kawasaki. I think one of the biggest models we've seen from Kawasaki in a little while. But all right, so that's a look at the 2015 Kawasaki Vulcan S. We are Mainland Cycle Center. We're located in Marque, Texas. We're about 30 minutes south of downtown Houston, just off of I-45. You can find us online at mainlandcyclecenter.com, by phone at 409-948-4969, and we would just love it if you'd give us a call, shoot us an email, or even better, come by and see us in person here at Mainland Cycle Center, where we'd love to help any way that we can. Hey, thanks for watching.